Hello everyone, and today I'm going to show you the 5 best things that we have learned from traveling. But I'm not going to do this alone. No, I have asked 4 of my best travel content creator friends to participate with me and to tell me what they have learned from traveling.
Hi, it's Mansoor from Travel with Mansoor.
My name's Joe. I'm from This Way Up Travel.
I'm Wayne. This is April. We're with Go Travel on the Cheap.
It's Ryan here from the One Shot Adventures channel.
So, with no further ado, let's start off with the things that we have learned from traveling.
I have traveled to 33 countries and I plan to travel to other countries in the future. Sven asked me what I learned while traveling. It's really hard to pick one thing.
I think the biggest thing that I've learned from my travels is the fact that the world is an incredible place.
April, what do you think is one of the things that you've learned from your latest travels?
You gotta go with the flow, especially when you're traveling with someone like Wayne. You gotta have patience and just go with the flow. This too shall pass.
I hope you're doing well. I'm back in the UK now and on lockdown like just about everybody else on the planet, so I hope everybody else is staying at home and keeping safe. The biggest thing that I've learned from travel is how to live with less.
The main thing that I have learned from traveling is that people are wonderful. Especially during this time with the COVID-19, you just see people coming together, communities are forming. In my area, people are creating a WhatsApp group, and if you can't go out, we will get the shopping for you, and if you need any other help, we will help each other out.
Because when you travel, you meet people and different cultures, so you learn a lot. And it's so hard to pick one. But one thing if I want to highlight is that when you travel, you learn to be flexible.
At this moment in time, and generally looking at media, the world gets presented with a bit of a bad light. There's famine, there's war, there's natural disasters, and right now with the coronavirus thing, anybody would think that the world is out to get you. But actually, since I've started all this travel, and I've been traveling for almost 20 years now, mainly solo, I've come to realize that the world truly is an amazing place.
I think one of the things that I've learned from my vast amounts of travel is people are amazing everywhere in the world.
In the middle of 2018, I gave up my full-time job and I got rid of my flat in London, all to put my things into a backpack and travel around Asia for a whole year. Going away for such a long time forces you to make some pretty hard decisions about what you're going to take with you. And in the end, it always boils down to the essentials.
This is especially the case during traveling. You just meet so many people, and if you're lost, you'll just ask someone the way. If you need food, you will just end up at someone's place and they offer you just a whole meal, and at another point, you're just ending up at someone's wedding. It's just amazing how you can trust just everyone in the world.
Because no matter how organized you are, you cannot predict every single thing in your trip. Like, even if you book your accommodation, your tour, your transport, but you can't predict the weather. You are in a different country, new rules and everything.
And I do love the fact that I go to these places like Uzbekistan and parts of Central Asia that I actually adore and learn about its history. And it's not just the food, it's not just the music I've met, that I've heard along the way, but it's the people I met along the way that's made it an incredible experience. So if there's one thing that I would sort of as a tip give to somebody else who's just starting to travel, if they've never really done solo travel, definitely do solo travel, because you learn a lot about yourself when you're traveling by yourself.
When we were in Montenegro, we had this Airbnb host that we sat down and shot the breeze with for, several hours. He didn't speak any English. We didn't speak any Montenegrin.
Koristim ovaj moj, hoćete ja provodim dane.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I don't know exactly, but it sounds good to me.
But it was an amazing time.
All of my belongings ended up going into this tiny, tiny rucksack, and very quickly, it became my new normal. In fact, sometimes I think back to all of the little things I used to have in my flat, from the knickknacks to the gadgets to the clothes, and I can't imagine having that much stuff anymore.
And this love and trust from people is just amazing. In Ghana, I was invited to someone's wedding and I met another guy near the roundabout, and sometimes I just had a meal with him in the evening just to have a chat. And the friends that I've made during traveling are just lifetime friends. I can spend months, weeks, years without them, and when I see them it just feels as it was in the past. It's just amazing how friendly and supportive and helpful everyone is in the world.
Like anything can go wrong easily. So you learn to be flexible and adapt to the new situation.
But also the fact that, the travel experience is just that, an experience. And I think the best experiences for me is when I've met people along the way, whether it's being stuck on a train on the Trans-Siberian for 11 hours, on top of a mountain staring at the stars thinking, this is incredible, and like sharing those special moments, or seeing a band in the middle of Reykjavik and just thinking this is incredible, and being surrounded by new friends and old friends. All of that makes it special. So make sure when you do travel out there, do find something that's local, that's something just special for that moment.
I think one of my biggest tips for you is when you're planning your adventure, have it as a very loose schedule. I think most people make the big mistake of having such a tight schedule. When you're doing your vacations, give yourself plenty of time to see everything, do everything, and don't be locked down on your hotel stays. Because if you want to stay longer, stay longer. You want to make a left turn instead of a right turn, do it. Travel has taught me how to be flexible. Flexibility.
But according to Wayne's terms.
Well, of course.
All you really need is some clothes, a wash bag, some money, and in my case I bought a laptop and some camera gear, and that's really it. By its nature, backpacking makes you live a simpler lifestyle. Carrying everything you own on your back really puts things into perspective. You just don't have room in your bag for tons of luxuries, and when you get used to that, I think it's a lot better. And the less you have, the less weight there is to carry around.
Yeah, and in Taiwan I met so many great people that went for hiking. In Japan, the people made sure that I could hitchhike from Tokyo to Kyoto. It's just everyone in the world is just so helpful, and we shouldn't forget how trustworthy and helpful everyone is.
This is not just about traveling. Also in your life, you can't predict anything. You never know what future holds for you. So try to be flexible and adapt with the new situation. I hope we all can go traveling again soon.
Yes, you can read a load of guidebooks, you can go to YouTube, but ultimately those experiences which are truly special are the ones that you make for yourself, and be taking a real positive and very open way to travel makes those experiences better and make them truly, truly memorable.
But when the going gets tough, you've been traveling for 20 plus hours on no sleep, next to no sleep, you're starving.
Then you have to get up the next morning at 5 a.m. to start your adventure and go till 10, 11 o'clock every night for 15, 20 nights.
Yes.
Sleep deprived.
Gotta be
Push
flexible. Enjoy the journey more. Challenges will arise. Paves out how your experience will be.
Like always, thank you for living life.
Since then, I've become a bit of a minimalist, and since we've been back home in the UK, I've got rid of even more stuff. So that's the biggest thing I've learned from traveling.
So all those tips that we got from everyone is just amazing. And as you know, you guys are lovely, and I hope to see you in the next video.